Yeah, big talking brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Big talking brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Kicking back, having a few beers, we're chatting. Pull up your chair, we're all relaxing. Any subject, we never dismiss. Big talking brewskis with Marissa Smith. Comedy, sex, relationships, war. Any subject, we got it in store. Big talking brewskis is coming in live. Crack when open, Marissa has arrived. Big talking brewskis with Marissa Smith. Yeah.
Hey guys, happy Friday. This is Big Talking Brewskis. I'm Marissa Smith. As always, I've got Rodna Daniels with me.
What's up, guys? Happy Friday.
We've got Zach Petrovich with us.
How we hanging, guys?
Tanya Lewis.
Hey.
And Ian Bestwick.
Hi, all.
So, now, Rodney, how's your week been?
I couldn't wait to get here to talk to you guys because my week was kind of rough. This is the face of relapse. It happened. I went 66 days being sexually sober. And for the past 4 days, I've just been sucking dick.
So, like, what was your trigger to, end your dick sobriety?
Okay, so last week on our show, we had this guy, his name is AJ Mattioli. He is a director and a very stand-up, wonderful trans man. And we went out and did karaoke afterwards, and then me and him ended up making out, and we almost went home together, and then it didn't, and then yeah.
And then you were just triggered.
And then it just triggered me. I woke up alone and lonely, and I just wanted something.
Now, this isn't like your first experience with a trans man, though.
It's not.
So
it's not.
When we say a trans man, we're going from
female to male.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to be clear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So I'm gonna go back to SAA pretty soon, probably like next week.
is
Sex Addicts Anonymous.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been going to meetings and then I stopped. Seriously, this is
for real?
No, this is for real. Like I really had I have a problem.
Because they don't seem to know the backstory. So what was it that made you decide that you needed or that you identified yourself as a sex addict?
Okay, so I had an experience with a guy where he came over and we were having sex, and then he started to put his whole mouth over my nose. And then he shut my mouth at the same time.
Oh.
Right. And so basically kind of suffocate me.
You. Right.
And he was into that, and I wasn't into that. And then I just kind of
But did he warn you beforehand?
No, there was no warning. There was no safe word or anything. He just
He
just
right,
yeah,
you can't be blindsiding me with suffocation, and that's what you're in too. So then I woke up the next day and I was just you know what? I'm out of control. I've been doing I've been going to glory holes and having anonymous sex with guys. I've just been having sex with random guys on a regular, just all the time. I'm just constantly on Grindr. So
that doesn't sound safe.
It wasn't.
It does sound like you're living your best life in my book. I mean, I'm a pre-rehab friend, so as we were saying before the podcast, I don't know, you falling off the wagon. I feel like that's more of you getting on the horse again. All right, that's how I look at it personally. I mean, I've known you for a while, Rodney, and
Zach, just how many of your friends have OD'd in your presence?
None. I think I'm that friend for a lot of people. They're just waiting for that to happen with me. But I don't know. I'm just saying,
Yeah, I mean,
do you? If you feel like you have a problem, then fine. I mean, you gotta.
Right, that was the problem. I wasn't just doing me. I was doing me and everybody else.
Yeah. But apparently very well. I mean,
all at 212.
You're a craftsman as far as I'm concerned. So.
Right, because as soon as I re-downloaded Grindr, everybody's like, "Ooh, welcome back. You've been going for a while. What's up?" There you go. Yes.
That's
So after all that time off, did it feel like brand new again? Like, was it exciting again?
Yeah, how good was it the
I
first time?
fucked this guy for an hour and 45 minutes today before we came here.
All right.
And now you're going straight again. That's it.
Going back to cold turkey.
No, back to cold turkey. No. That's what that was. That was. Whew.
All right. So now, Zach, how was your week?
I've also been fucking a lot. Just no. Last week I was in. I got to go down to Dewey Beach with Joey Gay.
Nice. Yeah,
it was
Joey
open.
Gay's fun.
Oh, love that guy. He's me and him were. I was actually on his podcast. He records his podcast in a Saturn Ion.
Okay.
It's his car, and he drives it around, and like that's his podcast studio, and like it's on the road. We'll be driving to a gig, and like that's where he'll record his podcast. So it's hysterical. So like you'll get like road rage in the middle of like the podcast. But yeah, we had a great time. We went down to Dewey Beach in Delaware. We were over at Starboard, cool little bar, great show, packed out room. But then we ended up getting stuck there the next day. Well, not stuck. It was like one of those quicksand situations, you know, like when you go somewhere and you're like, all right, well, we're gonna leave by like we don't have like a definite out time, but we're gonna get out of here. And then all of a sudden, like 9 a.m. turns to 11 a.m. And 11 a.m. turns to 3 p.m. And then 3 p.m. turns to 3 a.m. So it's like, you know, whoa, we stayed an extra day.
Oh shit!
So yeah, it was a great time. But we were like running around. We were trying like we wanted to hit a pool before we left, and we left the hotel because our friend who had booked us had a pool at his condo. So we went, we changed, we go to his condo pool. And it's like, it felt like GTA because there was like no other characters around. It felt like one of those bullshit missions you do at the beginning of the game, like when you're learning like the mechanics of it.
Yeah.
So we get to the pool and there's not a soul. And we're like, oh, private pool, cool. And then I jump in and then Joey jumps in. Joey comes up immediately and goes, this is mostly piss. So it was just one of those grimy fucking pools that never gets cleaned. So we were like, oh, we're going to get staffed. That sucks. So then we ended up going back to the hotel. The hotel guy was like, yeah, come swim in our pool, blah, blah, blah. So then we got stuck there because the Budweiser Clydesdales were in town.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, those giant fucking horses that they have on all the commercials were in town for a parade. Budweiser was having this huge promotion thing, and I was like, free beer
They
and
breed
horses.
them for beer? Or
So-
what are they?
So like if you've ever seen a Budweiser commercial around Christmas time, they'll have
the Clydesdales.
they'll have Clydesdale horses pulling like a Budweiser truck because I
They're
guess
like
that's how they
giant
used to like
horses,
deliver
yeah.
back in the day because
They
they like
gotta negotiate better with the union.
oh you're not kidding. But I'll tell you what the funniest thing was they had
Sounds like
their
a crap job.
they had their tails tied up in like this very decorative way, but you could just see their giant leather Cheerio just hanging out right at you.
Oh my
So, like,
god!
it was the cleanest horse ass I've ever seen in my life. Like they like talk about a bleached asshole of a horse. It was fantastic. So yeah, we were down in Dewey Beach, and then later on, I went to Pittsburgh, visited my brother,
Pittsburgh,
and headed over to Weirton, West Virginia, which is northern Panhandle, where my father's from, and the Serbian family's from. We went to the Serbian picnic, ate a fuck ton of lamb, drank a bunch of Schlevo, which is plum brandy. Schlevo. That's what, are you off the booze? Are you still like drinking and partaking? You're just not fucking.
I was just being dick sober.
Now,
Yeah.
question: like, could you get like a fleshlight? Is that allowed?
Yeah, I could still jerk off and everything.
So masturbation isn't considered to be part of the addiction.
I mean, yeah, for me, for some people it is. Like some people, like that's like their
Some people
addiction.
are
If you're
addicted
serious
to
about it.
masturbation.
Yeah.
yeah. But I would go like 4 or 5 days without jerking off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've gone 3 or 4 hours, so I get it. You know.
Right.
But no, that was my week. We went to the picnic, ate a bunch of lamb, good time down there. Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. And we just started. I just helped Jordan Ferber. We're co-producing a show at Zinc Bar now in the Village.
Nice.
Okay.
Called Refurbish. It was originally his show, and now he brought me in, so I'm helping out with lineups and stuff like that.
Nice.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So that was Thursday. So it's been a pretty big week, but you know,
Yeah,
when are we
that was
on?
like a lot.
Yeah,
right?
right.
I was gonna say, right. Hi.
soon. It is a monthly. It is a monthly.
Okay.
But yeah, no, we'll definitely talk. We'd love to have you guys
Yeah.
on for sure.
Yes.
So now, Ian, how's your week been?
Mine? Yeah, all right. I rearranged my sock drawer. That was probably about the most exciting thing.
Damn, how many
Sounds like-
socks you got?
Quite a few. Enough to last me. It was pretty much Tuesday till Thursday's main event. But, yeah. So apart from that, nothing else. It's kind of been mixed over here. We had really nice sunny weather. which was great. And then it turned into like an absolute downpour the last couple of days. So we've even got our Prime Minister up in the north of England trying to save a small village where a dam's about to overflow.
Sure.
So that was my week. That was about it.
It is so
nothing
weird
to come
how
up, right?
foreign that actually sounded, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like the Prime Minister is playing a little Dutch boy. That's what I gathered from that.
He's a little bit bigger than your average Dutch boy, I think. Although I've not really compared the two, on a scientific basis. But
I mean,
haven't really crunched the numbers on this one yet.
Right. He's definitely
a little bit more average, a little bit more chunky than your average Dutch boy. So.
Oh, definitely wider. But like your average Dutch boy, if he's
wider, girthy,
like gone off the wagon from like fat camp.
Yeah, I suppose they're tall and lean, aren't they? I guess Dutch boys, but not. Well, we sent our best guy up to plug a dam. That's all I can say.
Well, maybe he can like plug it with his belly,
capacity.
like that. I think he could plug it with his belly.
Yeah, his little fat fingers.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I've not really assessed my Prime Minister's fingers.
Are we
yet, so-
talking about dams?
Dams, not
Yes.
dental.
Yes, Rodney, stay on the dark
So
side.
now,
I can see the addiction.
Yes, feed into it. He's talking about assholes.
don't get this one started on assholes.
Oh, God.
He'll just start fingering him. That I think was your trigger.
That might have been one of
Finger
those.
and buttholes?
Yeah,
I'll get back to that. I'll get back to that
We'll
in
go
a
back to
second.
that story.
But
Henry
Tanya,
Greenfield.
wait, what was that, Ian?
I said the floodgates have opened.
Yeah,
Yes.
they have. Rodney likes to plug things.
Oh, so true.
I thought it was called pegging. No.
No, when it's with your fingers. So now, Tanya,
Yeah.
how was your week?
Well, I gotta say, I lit a new match under an old flame to begin the week, right? I'm kind of the opposite of you. Like, I can go 3-4 months without it, and if I get it, that's good for the next 4 to 6 years, probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
And I
kind of
like
a
to
sexually
recycle.
camera also. Like I'm like a urine.
What?
I'm like
Oh, I thought you said urine.
no, like a year in.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah, like a year.
Hold on,
Like
hold on,
chunk
wait.
a
Is
whole year.
Marissa
Wait,
saying
yeah.
she likes piss? What's going
no,
on?
that's
way more excitable.
Right. Oh,
I am anti golden showers, but
me
like I
too.
am
That's
like a,
absolute not. I
yeah,
blocked
that's like a
somebody for that.
no.
Like
but like
yesterday.
I'm like a year in. Like he's trying to be sexually sober. I'm doing it inadvertently.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not like exercising any will, really.
No,
Oh,
it's just
see.
kind of like, oh, you're kind of a dick. No, thank you. Like,
Oh no, I definitely wake up with like an urge. Like that's. I was like, oh,
See, I had an
I need to
exercise.
bust a nut.
I had an exercise.
It's your age. Give it
addiction.
60, 70 more years, and it'll fade out.
60
Yeah.
more years.
Rodney, you got 60 more years in you.
The way I was
Not
fucking
at
I
this
think me
rate.
and you got 6 more years.
right.
Between the two of us, 6. So I'm going to go with
I mean,
6.
he's got 6. You got 4.
Damn.
Give us a baker's dozen. Come on.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god. Yeah. So now going back to Rodney liking to plug things. So we talked about this
So
like
true.
last episode, but like we'll go in for you guys because you're not aware. So I was at karaoke like maybe like a month and a half ago or maybe 2 months ago,
Mm-hmm.
and this regular at the karaoke spot that we go to grabbed my boob.
What?
Yeah, he grabbed my boob. Like so,
No
like,
invitation.
there was no invitation.
No, you gotta set him up
like-
for what you said. How it happened.
Okay, so what happened was
I was just going to say it.
so like there was another regular that was there with his son and his son's girlfriend, and the son's girlfriend starts hysterically crying. And so the regular is just like, listen, go talk to my son's girlfriend. You're a woman. Like, go talk to her, find out what's going on. And she was just like basically just having an existential crisis. Like, she's a nurse. She's 26. She doesn't know where her life is going. She works like like 70 hours a week, and she's just like, is this the rest of my life? I don't know what I'm doing. And so like we're talking or whatever, and like she calmed down. And so this other regular comes over to me and he's like, well, why was she crying? And I'm like, oh, she's fine. She was just having an existential crisis. And then he's like, have you ever had an existential crisis? And I'm like, well, actually, I'm in the middle of one now. And then he's just like, oh, what's your existential crisis? And I'm like, well, I don't believe in free will anymore, and I don't think I believe in happiness. And so then he's like, oh, you don't believe in free will? And I was like, yeah. And so then he grabbed my boob.
Wow.
And so then he's just like, you don't think free will made me do that? And I'm like, no, I think that you're an asshole, and that's what made you do it, because you think that you have a right to every woman's body. You don't even know my name. It's not even like you wanted to grab my boob per se because like you're interested in me. I just happen to have a boob, and you were in the vicinity of that boob. So that's why you grabbed it. But like, I don't think that has anything to do with free will.
No,
or
I don't
me
think he knows the definition. I don't think he has a concept. It doesn't mean free reign.
Yeah, and I was just like, and I think that you would have done that to anybody, and I don't think that's free will. I just think that you're just an asshole. And so like we started arguing or whatever. So now fast forward to like what, like three Fridays ago?
Yeah.
4
like,
Fridays
like,
ago?
2-3 Fridays ago.
2 or 3 Fridays ago.
Yeah.
So now I go back there, and boob grabber's there again.
Yeah, it took a lot of convincing. Marissa was like, I'm not going back there. That boob grabber's going to be there.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay.
Go there and give him a T-shirt that says it.
So it's like, you're a fucking asshole. So like, then I go there and I'm trying to avoid him. I go to the bar to get a drink, and then he comes and he slides next to me, and then he like taps me on the arm, and he's like, you owe me. And I said, I'm going to stop you right there.
Do not pass go, sir. Do not collect $200. Go directly to jail, you fucking creep.
Or do not collect the other boob either.
And I was just like, I don't owe you shit. And I don't owe you this conversation. So if you want to talk to me, I suggest you starting with something else aside from I owe you. And then he's just like, well, I'm just saying, like, if you were so offended by what I said and what I did, then you should have just hit me. So I'm telling you right now, just hit me now. And I said, listen, I have friends that make good money hitting men. Like, it's not my fault that you just like to make women angry so that you don't have to pay for a dominatrix. It's not my problem that you're cheap. And so then he was just like, well, you should just hit me. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to hit you because you want me to hit you, because you're going to get off with me hitting you. If you want a woman to hit you, pay a woman to hit you. Just get the fuck away from me.
I'm behind that.
And so
That's a
like,
good message.
so like then he's just like, oh, well, you know, like I think you're making a big deal. So now I'm pissed again. I'm cursing him out again. Rodney sees me. I'm pissed off. Rodney's like, what's wrong? Like, the boob grabber's back. He's like,
And he's got bigger hands than before.
he's just like, just grabbing all the shit.
We got a code BG, code BG coming down the hall.
I'll tune code BG.
Wait.
So like, and he's like, oh, okay, I'll be right back. So now Rodney goes and he finds the boob grabber. And so like, I guess Rodney starts like tapping his nuts, like, oh, do you like it when people touch you that you don't want touching you? Like, how do you like that?
No.
I did. I walked right up to him
I'm
and I
in
was
love
like,
with you.
fuck you. How about that? How you like when somebody taps your nuts like that? Okay, then.
But then that wasn't enough.
No, it wasn't.
So then Rodney proceeds
He
to
might have
finger
liked
bust
it.
his ass.
Yeah, like
You
I
like reached in?
yeah,
Or did
but-
you just check his oil?
So no, because like we were talking, and I was like, "Come here," and like I got close to him, and I just reached around, I put my hand down his pants, and put my finger in his butt, and I was like, "Do you like that?" When somebody just puts, okay,
Was he a court low?
he enjoyed it.
Well,
He
you
let-
went
he-
4 times before he asked you to
Now
stop.
you just got what I just said.
He did it
You just got what I just
times.
said.
Yeah. So Rodney fingered this guy's ass 4 times.
Oh, wow.
And that gets you.
You
in
gave
the
him
mood.
the old Pep Boys. You gave him the old Pep Boys checkup. He is like,
I know Ronnie says it was a trans man that set him off, but when he came back up from fingering the guy's ass, he like goes, "I like the smell of his butt," at like smelling his fingers.
Oh, you are so depraved, and I love you.
I know, yeah.
You're everything I love in human. Like just absolute sexual
and I kept telling
depravity.
Marissa, I did that for you.
And I'm like, and then I was like, wait.
Static behavior.
So like this is the whole thing though. I said to him right then and there, like, did you fuck up your dick sobriety? Because like you just like fingered an ass, and he's like, oh no, I did that for you. And I'm like, I never asked anyone in life to ever finger a man's ass. I mean,
God,
I might ask you like,
Hey, that was my form of revenge, right?
yeah,
I'm gonna show you a free will is, motherfucker.
I don't think that was free will either.
Can we talk about this whole you not believing in free will thing? What's going on there? Is that a real thing?
Yeah, that's a real thing.
So you don't think free will is a real thing at all?
No, I don't.
You think it's all predetermined? What's going to happen is going to happen no matter what we do.
So I'm not going to necessarily say that I think everything is predetermined, but what I will say is that I think every choice that you make is proponent on a choice that you've already made, which makes it your ability to have free will non-existent. So like every life experience that you've had previously will determine how you react to something in the future. And so even though you think that you're making a choice, that choice is not really a choice because it's actually determined on something that might have happened to you when you were 3, might have happened 3 weeks ago, 3 hours ago. So like you think that you are like, oh, this is a choice that I've made, but this is the only choice that you could have possibly made considering all of the events that have happened in your past.
What about the initial choice?
That was also something that was made because of something that happened before. Like I think the minute you were born is the first day you had free will.
Okay. So it does exist.
And then after that,
I don't
it doesn't exist in maybe a conscious like how you're describing it at least.
Probably.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist in
Not
like a
the
conscious
religious
setting.
sense.
But,
Yeah.
Well, in the religious sense, I mean, we could talk about that too. But it's
Which talking in a religious setting is also what I realized today is I don't believe in the cloud because how can I believe in the cloud if I'm not sure I believe in God?
I think that's
Like
the smartest thing anyone said about religion in the past 20 years. That's a very good point.
Like the Microsoft cloud, or
Yeah.
Because,
The cloud. What cloud?
Like
I was about
no,
to say
like at my
cloud.
job, like we're all moving all of our things to the cloud, and I'm like, I don't know that I believe in
bad
this
idea.
cloud. Like, how can I believe in the cloud if I'm not sure I believe in God? Like, it's the same shit. Like, God is the cloud of consciousness.
So my dad's
Right, because you're supposed to believe in the cloud.
my dad's becoming a deacon in the Orthodox Church right now.
Wait, which Orthodox church?
Christian Orthodox, Eastern
Serbian.
Orthodox. So he's going through it with the Ukrainians right now because we
Okay.
don't have a Serbian diocese by where I grew up.
Okay.
But it's the same doctrine, it's the same Bible, it's same. It's the same dogma for all the churches. If you're Eastern Orthodox,
Same
you're Eastern
Bible.
Orthodox. Well, no, because some churches do have a different Bible.
That's
Jehovah's
true.
Witnesses obviously have different ones.
Yeah.
It's like you look at the Torah that Orthodox Jews versus like
Reformed.
Jews.
Yeah,
look
they're
at. It's
different.
definitely a different Bible
Yeah.
or a different Torah.
Torah,
rather.
yeah.
So, but regardless, I've been looking up on my theology just to fucking poke holes in his shit. Because I like playing devil's advocate. Because I don't know. I just love the. I personally
Zach,
feel.
what mighty sharp thorns you have.
What? Oh, yeah. I love playing the advocate. I don't know where everyone came up with the horns thing. I don't have them. I don't know where that came. That and the goat. It doesn't make sense. But no, it's one of those things. I fucking he's like going through all these his theology classes, and I'm going back through, and I brought up the fact. I actually did bring up something that no one really ever talks about. The Bible never explicitly says that Lucifer is the devil or the devil is Lucifer. It's one of those things that where
It's a
you
fallen
look at
angel.
Well, technically, but it never actually mentions Lucifer. It'll mention Satan. It'll say the serpent. It'll use euphemisms, but it never gives him a name. Lucifer is actually a Babylonian king.
Okay.
But they also could, like, how you could construe it is that the Babylonian king was actually Lucifer in human form, creating chaos on earth. So it's one of those things that I've been fucking with him so hard recently. Like the whole free will discussion I get in with him all the time. I'm like, well, is it free will if it's all God's plan? And then he's like, well, that's not. Well, oh my God, pissing him off to no end. It's been great. Like I want him to lose his faith by the end of this. Like I think I still believe, but I mean, like I think it'd be funnier if I could defaith him because he's a fucking hypocrite. Like I just don't get it. Like you live your life a certain way for like what? 50 years, and then all of a sudden you fucking like, oh
You're
yeah, I'm
saved.
gonna be a deacon, I'm gonna be saved. Yeah, he's covering his ass. He's afraid of fucking people, like, because he's watching all of his family die. He's watching, he's looking at obituaries and he's knowing
Death
people
is
in them.
scary.
Fuck that. It happens to all of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna happen regardless. I'm not afraid of the whole death thing. I know where I'm going, hell, and I'm pretty okay with it. So,
Oh my God.
like, I mean,
That's a religious belief.
But like, I'm not necessarily.
no, it is. No, I am religious. I'm just saying, like, it's funny if I can get my dad to stop believing, and I still do.
If I was prone to believe in heaven and hell, I'm not 100% sure that we can say that we're not already in hell. Like, why do people think that this is not hell? Like, we kind
Because
of
there is
They're
there's
hoping
pleasure,
for an
there's pleasure to
afterlife.
be had here.
yeah, but I feel like there's pleasure to be had in hell.
Well, it depends on who you are. But here's the thing.
But like, if you're in hell, like,
Oh.
aren't you like?
Well-
wouldn't you find those things pleasurable?
well, no, that's the thing. Like hell, I think personally, how I have always looked at it, hell is a case by case basis. So like your hell is not my hell, and I don't think that
Right.
you're actually aware you're even in hell. I think you die, and then all of a sudden you wake up and you're doing your day, and just everything's fucked. Or like,
But
you're
how is
watching-
that different from my day?
Well, Marissa, that sounds like a personal problem, okay? Because I'm having a great time up here.
I'll take
It's
the
fucking
Metro
awesome.
North, okay? That's hell.
I don't know. That sounds
It's
like a
like-
personal problem. I'm having a great fucking time up here. But it's one of those things.
I could see what you're saying though, just because I believe in reincarnation. And so I believe that like you're gonna die, you're gonna come back as something different. But that means that like if each life lesson is something, isn't that kind of like its own personal hell?
So you're Hindu.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Baha'i faith, so I believe in all religions.
Ian, where do you weigh in on this?
I'm still trying to remember which Amazon TV series all that was. Wasn't the one with Ted Dance where it was a Ted Dance one, wasn't there, where it was all about hell and all that kind of stuff?
Oh, that was the Good Place with Kristen, whatever her name is, or
Yeah. Basically, I was going through it thinking, you guys should get that commissioned by a TV series. And then I realised it's already been done.
There's nothing new under the sun.
Ted Danson. I love that. You guys ever see Chris D'Elia doing the fucking Eminem impression? It was when Vine was around. You guys remember this? Anybody?
No.
He's like sitting there, he's like, forest and the Taurus, and he's sitting in the forest. And I'm like, the other day, I just looked at my buddy, I was like, Ted Danson and the Branson and the Harrison Ford. And he was just,
That
it's just, you said Ted Danson and it set me off. I'm sorry.
that sounds like drunk Cosby.
Drunk Cosby.
And I got a little too loosey goosey with the Rufus.
Drunk Cosby. Damn, we got deep for a second. That was deep.
We did.
Um,
We did indeed. So now,
Started with you getting deep first, so
Yeah.
Well, he went
I
nuts
was
in.
right.
He went nuts deep.
Oh,
He went
balls
nuts
deep.
He went balls.
What was the
deep.
chocolate bar we were talking about before we started recording? What was the name?
Oh,
Maybe nuts.
Maybe.
Oh, Mounds bars. Or...
No. It's called like.
Oh.
Ian, what was it called?
I'm trying to think. I can't remember. There was nuts involved. Definitely nuts involved.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
Nuts on the sly.
Nuts on the
Nuts on the
slide.
slide.
Nuts on the slide.
Nuts on the slide.
Ooh, nuts on the slide. That's what I was doing earlier.
Also known as O. Henry.
Oh, that's a good one.
Now, Ian,
Hmm.
like you've been stateside before, obviously.
Yeah, a few times now. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
now, like, do you like have any like misunderstanding about Americans' fascination with cheese?
Ooh.
Ooh.
General cheese. I think, my biggest one is why you guys put so much cheese on salad. I just don't get it. Everywhere I went in Manhattan, I was like, can I get a salad? Because you guys do big portions, right?
Yeah.
So, food-wise. And everywhere I went, I was just like, right, I just need to eat something light. So I go and get a salad, and then I'd end up with, a bit of lettuce, and then just a shed load of cheese on top. And I just didn't get it.
I'm gonna take.
And it wasn't even cheese. My guess, it was like emulsified fat or something like that. I just don't get it. I don't get why it's or a nuts on the sly. Have a nuts on the sly.
Yeah. Some toasted almonds just thrown in there.
And then you guys throw in a couple of plastic forks, 8 napkins, and you've got a little bit of sauce, haven't you, in a plastic thing? Otherwise, it's just not done. Otherwise, you feel like you've been cheated. So, yeah, I don't get it. Your cheese fascination, really don't get it. Cheese on everything.
I think I'm going to take this. It's because salad sucks. I think your first part was ordering a salad. That's the issue right there. You should have just got a piece of pizza. Then the cheese would have been normal.
But then it's pizza. But see,
I don't do salads.
Okay, so I'm from Wisconsin. It is the cheese capital
of the United
universe,
States.
Of the United States.
Yeah.
So
they put cheese on, so just to give you some context, Ian, in Wisconsin, they give you cheese with apple pie.
Oh my God, it's the best thing in the world.
There's they have cheese curds that they sell at the gas station. When you pay at the gas station, right there up front, the grab and buy. I literally got out of my car. I was like, oh, I need some of this. On my way home, the last time I was home, and the teller was like, I just haven't had Wisconsin cheese. She was like, I don't know what that's like to not have Wisconsin cheese. True story. I'm not making this shit up. So I put cheese on everything. I don't know if it's because I'm from Wisconsin,
I do the apple pie thing.
But every fucking thing needs to have cheese on it.
I've never done apple pie with cheese.
It's life changing.
Yeah,
even with a craft single, it's amazing.
Yeah. And there's
so
so many
do you
different
spread it on the pie?
That kicked in, right?
Wait, what was that, Ian?
I said I should imagine it's life-saving. Things like diabetes kick in and all that. If you have
Right.
Life-changing. I don't know about saving, but life-changing.
Life-changing, right? Yeah, I feel like there's just certain foods in general that I can't have without cheese. I don't like a burger if it doesn't have cheese on it.
No, that's true.
How do we feel about the Minetta burger, though? That doesn't have cheese on it.
What is a Minetta burger?
That's like the $30 burger at Minetta Tavern down in the village.
Never been.
I won't pay $30 for a fucking burger.
No, I won't either.
Why
would have to be.
Why is it $30?
It's like this Michelin star restaurant in the village.
Is it made out of Wagyu beef or something?
No, but we have a Wagyu beef burger at my restaurant. It's
oh my God,
terrible.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it comes from the Bronx.
Oh
yeah, it's bullshit Wagyu.
So sad.
What? So sad.
So sad.
This that Bronx, that Bronx Wagyu, son.
It's just some chopped up pit bulls. It's really good marbling.
That's that Gunhill rat,
I can't do no sandwiches without cheese. I have to have cheese. I have cheese on everything, cheese and meat.
Well, in Pittsburgh they put fries and steak.
Hate it.
On salads. They'll put fries, steak, and cheese on salads.
Oh God,
that's a Pittsburgh steak salad. Yeah.
Wait, what was that, Ian?
Oh, I just said cornflakes and cheese. Breakfast and cheese.
Well, is there a particular cheese that you're most offended by, or do you dislike that cheese. All of our foods have cheese? Because I'll say American cheese is bullshit.
Disagree. Disagree.
American cheese is bullshit.
I'm from Philly. I disagree.
But I'll fight you if you're gonna be
right, and there's certain
mozzarella
stuff that you have to put American cheese with. It's not complete bullshit. It's not my favorite.
American cheese is not cheese. It is a cheese byproduct.
Emulsified fat.
Yeah, it's basically.
But my God, is it American?
Yeah,
you put it in a
how
bottle.
are you though? If you
I'm sorry, but America did not exist BC. So your God is not. Yeah,
Before cheese.
Yeah.
AD means after Domino's.
But
I like Tillina cheddar. Cheddar.
No,
Vermont
cheddar.
Yeah, but
Cheddar's-
your cheddar doesn't stick. You can always tell when you've not got like cheese. It's because like you get the grated stuff and it shakes. It's almost like you can make a, by the time you've got it in that salad container and you're walking along the street, it kind of makes a noise like a rattle. Doesn't it? 'Cause all the cheese is banging against the plastic container.
I don't know.
And I think if you get your cheese and
You
you
did a
can't
lot of
clump it
cheese
together,
research when you were
it's not
here.
I couldn't help it. It was everywhere. Literally, you buy a tube ticket, you get cheese on it. It's just
So now in
underground.
England, like,
No, it's
what
not
do you?
underground, is it?
So now, Ian, in
That's
England, what do you put cheese on?
Toast? You have cheese on toast, or like you have cheese
See,
on
now that sounds
crackers.
insane. See,
That
cheese
was
on,
really-
cheese
wait,
on
no.
toast, like that's not a
Wait,
normal thing here.
Wait, because
that-
Me and Rodney just looked at each other and we're like, "Are we
Yes,
retarded?"
You
or
put butter and jelly on toast.
Isn't that like just a club sandwich there?
No. It's
No.
a grilled cheese sandwich.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you have-
cheese, yeah.
But you would need you have to have both pieces of toast.
Oh, pro
Butter.
tip, real quick with
Right.
grilled
To
cheese.
make it real.
Instead of doing
To make it
butter,
real.
use
Yeah.
mayo.
Oh.
Use mayo to
No,
fry.
you don't
Oh.
use mayo.
Yeah, no. Here's the thing. You
Mayo.
put the cheese in you make the sandwich. Listen to me, Ian. All right, you make the sandwich,
Right.
and instead of buttering the sides of the bread that you're frying to make the grilled cheese, use mayo. It actually it fries it a little nicer.
Wait, because I just had like a
'Cause the
visual.
butter doesn't brown.
So cheese on bread, like cheese on toast. So you just have one piece of toast that you just put cheese on top of, and that's it.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, that's exactly it. There's no mayo
I don't-
involved.
I
There's
feel
no
like
extra
that's
butter.
This is why
It's
no
a
one
calorie-
has a London
I know it's kinda-
restaurant.
that sounds so
I mean,
weird to
Obviously,
me.
regionally, and you might, choose cheddar or Lancashire, but the general concept is you toast a piece of bread on both sides, and then you would put a light splattering of cheese on top, place it under the grill 2 to 3 minutes until crisp and golden brown, and then, eat. No mayo or additional fats required. That's it. That's a good quality cheddar on top. Yeah.
Oh, well,
We don't do that
okay,
over here.
so
you need
like,
to put butter on
yeah.
both sides. You need
Yeah.
an extra piece of bread. You need to flip that over in a skillet. All right.
So like, if you're gonna do breakfast,
I feel there's a business opportunity for you there. See?
All
Half
right.
the cost, twice the price.
My
Call
co-
it English.
My cousin owned a grilled cheese truck, like one of those food trucks, and it was just called
Wow.
what was it? It was like Meltdown. Yeah, they called it Meltdown, and they would deep fry grilled cheeses.
wait, so like every
Oh.
day is the 2016 election in that truck?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then they have Bernie Sanders next to it, just selling soup. He's like, "It's good soup, I promise." If you
You
like the
must have
soup.
smelled great after a shift.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
You
like-
been grilling tonight?
Yeah, but like for as far as breakfast sandwiches go, I feel like a bacon, egg, and cheese is acceptable.
Sausage, egg, and cheese. Is mine.
Sausage,
That's me.
egg, and cheese,
Salt,
ham, egg,
pepper,
and cheese.
ketchup, mayo.
But like just toast with cheese, like
I had a bacon.
Wait,
I
and
had-
it's only one piece of toast and cheese
It's
on
only-
top. That's the part that confuses me.
Yeah,
'Cause
not
it's
even two pieces of
It's
cheese.
not. It's like an open faced sandwich. It's like not even a sandwich.
this is
though.
a
It's
tuna
just-
melt missing a
This
main
is-
ingredient. Like
no,
that's what's
like
going
this
on
is
right
like
now.
this is like pizza without the sauce.
Oh, don't get
Well,
me
you
started
know,
with
I
that.
gotta be honest though. My mom did used to. Okay,
Cheese
so
on toast.
This
What
might
more do
be.
you need?
This might be like
Sauce?
an American Italian like bastardization of something that might have been like actually Italian at one point. But my mom used to make us crostinis when we were kids, and she would do mozzarella or Munster cheese on a piece of toast, and it was like kind of like it was just basically like little cheesy bread. But like when we were kids, like 3 years old, like I wouldn't eat that. I mean, maybe I'd eat that as an adult, but I wouldn't admit
Okay,
it
so
on air.
I guess cheesy bread. But then that has garlic
Crazy
and
Well, like,
bread.
butter.
that's
Let's
like
talk about Little
garlic.
Caesars
That's
next.
like
That
garlic
and
bread
butter.
with cheese.
Yeah.
Not just plain
Oh,
ass
no.
bread with cheese.
Plain ass bread.
Why'd you have to complicate it? Very simple. It's just a piece of bread toasted. with
You've
cheese
been
on
to
top.
America. You know what's complicated over here.
Man, no salt.
Salad. That's what's complicated over there. Can I have a salad? Yes. Cheese on
Because
top.
no one wants a salad here. That's the problem. Like,
That's hold on.
I mean, you want a salad.
sometimes
but
I've
you
never-
want a
the only
that
salad I've
doesn't
ever wanted
wanna
is a
taste
wedge
like
salad.
Ooh, a
Which-
wedge
Oh, those are
salad.
good. The
Wedge salads
iceberg
are
with
good.
the-
there's no nutritional value there. It's fucking
all.
bacon, blue
Wait,
cheese
It's all
curds,
blue cheese curds.
fucking bacon, maybe a grape tomato. if you go to a fancy place and it's iceberg lettuce, which is 100% water.
Nothing.
And I
Yeah.
like the Caesar salad too, but once again, no nutritional fucking value.
I like a Caesar. Caesar
God,
has
these
a lot of cheese.
Oh my
They
God,
do
Caesar-
have a lot of cheese.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like, I make my
I
own
like
Caesar
a taco
dressing.
salad too.
Taco salad's no joke.
Yeah.
Apparently, the taco salad at Trump Tower is fantastic. Apparently,
Yeah, they only serve it on Cinco de Mayo.
I know. I know. I missed it this year.
Here's what we're hoping for next year.
He really made me think about cheese stuff though in American food.
Yeah, we have cheese on
Something-
everything. We
cheese
are
is on
everything.
everything.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
the
there isn't
one
a
thing
cheese
that I
drink
will
yet.
not do with cheese though is I won't do fish with cheese. I won't do like a
You won't do
like,
a fillet of fish at McDonald's?
I won't do that shit.
Those are delicious.
I don't
agree.
do like a tuna melt with cheese. Like
Ooh, no.
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 I don't do tuna melt.
I'm disagreeing.
But
Tuna
other than
melt
that, no.
is
But
a
like
wonderful thing.
any other cheese thing though, salmon.
Salmon
With
would be
cheese?
weird.
No, yeah, no.
You
that would not
can't
be
do
good.
fucking salmon with cheese. That's nasty.
I've had shrimp parmesan before. That's fucking amazing.
That sounds really good. When I worked at
Puka
Bonefish,
used to have
with
it,
cheese
actually.
on.
yeah,
Yeah, it has cheese.
Well,
on
they'll
it.
do they'll do like a mozzarella and a provolone with it, and then they'll bake it until it's crisp.
When I worked at Bonefish Grill, we had this dish called the it was the tilapia imperial, and it was Gruyere cheese with a piece of tilapia that was Gruyere cheese that had scallops and shrimp and lobster stuffed inside
Yeah,
with the
stuffed-
Gruyere cheese.
stuffed
and
flounder's
stuffed
good
it
too, like that.
inside of the tilapia.
Yeah.
Now that was fucking delicious.
Or what's that?
I don't do fish with cheese.
What's the one? Scallop.
Tanya, what do you
So
think?
almost,
Always, like-
kind of my hell is cheese.
Oh, you
Oh.
Like you were
what-
talking about hell before. That
Yeah.
would be my personal.
Just-
hell.
Are you
Are you
lactose
lactose
intolerant?
intolerant?
I hate cheese.
Oh,
I just hate it.
You don't like cheese at all.
It's disgusting.
Like, is it that like
Take
you
it off
have
the
like a
pizza.
dietary problem with cheese, or you
can't
just
have
don't like the
pizza
taste
without
of
cheese.
dog. I'm not
That's
even
why I don't
kidding.
like pizza that much. Because it has that cheese. I don't
How do you
like-
eat out in America? That must be like
Oh,
impossible.
No,
Well,
waiters
they
just spit in her
hold
food.
the
Probably.
cheese. They love it.
No.
They love it.
I mean, it depends on what you order. I had a guy try to order a quesadilla yesterday with no cheese, and I was just like,
What
Are
the
you-
fuck is a quesadilla?
I know.
with
I would
no
say get
cheese?
a taco,
I've
dumbass.
done it.
I was like, that's
I've done it.
I was like, sir, get a taco. I wouldn't let you do it if you were sitting at my table. I'd be
No,
like,
I mean I've made it.
Oh,
I've made it.
I'm
You
like-
just put like the vegetables and the meat.
But
in
like,
there.
how does it?
It doesn't
bind?
bind.
It's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing. Just
but
get a
it is-
taco.
It's like trying to make your own Wendy's Frosties at home. It's just not
get a
the same.
taco. That is the solution for if you don't want cheese.
Or why
get a
don't
taco.
you eat
I
at
like-
home so that you don't inflict yourself on the rest of society?
Wait.
Thank you.
'Cause the
As
whole-
someone in the service industry, thank you very much.
Cheers.
Someone needs to be speaking this. No, you don't cheers, Tanya. You're part of the problem, okay?
Well, you are the part of the problem.
I've
but
never
part of the
done-
solution.
I
I eat all
swear-
the cheese, bitches.
I never tell them to specifically make it.
Butches,
Well,
I eat all the cheeses.
No, this guy said, "Can I get it with
Jesus
no
Christ.
cheese?" And I was like, "It
No,
is
I
a
wouldn't order that.
quesadilla."
But I would order a hamburger without cheese. Or
Oh, that's fine.
A
That's
sandwich.
That's
Yeah,
a hamburger.
that's
Could I get a
different.
cheeseburger? Hold the
sandwich.
cheese, please.
Those are fine.
yeah.
Yeah,
But like anything-
that's
No, I
different.
wouldn't go to a Mexican restaurant and say
Quesadilla, no cheese.
just give me the tomatoes. You don't know.
because that would be tortilla and meat, but then that's what a taco is.
It all has cheese. Everything at a Mexican.
How are we
All of
feeling
it.
about
So-
Taco
no,
Bell
not
these
necessarily.
days, since
I
we're on
mean,
this?
Tacos?
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell?
Taco Bell.
Oh, I haven't had Taco Bell in like years.
There's a Taco
I
Bell
literally
cantina
would-
right next to my house right now.
What is a Taco Bell cantina?
They sell
opposed to-
margaritas
Sell
and beer.
margaritas and beer.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Taco Bell
Game
stepped up their
changer.
game. They've stepped up
You
their
can
game.
get pissed drunk at 2 p.m. at a fucking Taco Bell.
Well, how much are their margaritas?
I don't look. I just.
It's like a regular. They smell like.
I don't pay
I
rent
just buy,
anymore.
I just
I am
buy.
like 3 months behind right now. I stopped giving a fuck.
What?
Yeah, man, it's amazing. It's so liberating. Like once you stop caring, they just stop calling. It's amazing.
All right, great.
So Zach's gonna need a roommate in about
Who's gonna be
14
scratching on my
days.
couch in about a week?
That would be Zach.
I'm sleeping in Panchitos. They're closed currently.
Wait, are they legit closed?
Well, here's the word on the street.
Okay,
Apparently,
can I just give like a very, very quick backstory
on
Panchitos
Panchitos?
in my
Please,
life?
absolutely.
Okay, so my parents went on their first date at Panchitos back in like 74.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was their very, very first date. So like on their anniversary of their first date, because they had an anniversary of the first date and anniversary of their wedding. So the anniversary of the first date, ever since I was like a baby, I always had to go to Panchitos. So like it's weird for me now as an adult that I'm like doing stand up right next to Panchitos because like I always went there as a little kid for like anniversary shit, and my parents are divorced, so I'm just like,
it's trauma.
so yeah, so it's just like, oh, this is where my parents went when they loved each other, and this is what I do now that they don't. Like, you know what I mean?
It's like the alley next to the theater in a Batman movie. You have a flashback, roses falling, pearls everywhere,
there.
It's a full circle.
pearls falling into the guacamole. You know.
So it's like one of my first memories of life is at Panchitos.
Oh wow, that's
And-
fucked.
And so like it's just like weird that like I go there now and you see like homeless dudes shitting on the tables outside. If I go like and I eat in there by myself, sometimes they put me on that side room and legit mice were like running around.
Oh, Panchitos is a fucking mess. They so here's the deal. Apparently, the old guy died, and he doesn't have any kids to like pick it up, and no
Or
one's
to
taking it over.
remove the mice.
Yeah, and they're just saying closed for renovations or closed for maintenance, but that place will be gone in about a year.
What
I
is
would-
Panchitos?
Panchitos is the worst
Panchitos.
Mexican restaurant in the city, I would say.
Well, they have the
Oh,
best
right.
margaritas.
It's not a chain though.
No.
No.
They do have very good margaritas. I will say that.
Where
I've
is
had a
it?
margarita and taken a dump there, so it's
Yeah.
it's not a bad place.
It's literally right next door to the pair. Like Ian, I think we passed by there when we were going.
They
to
actually did
Greenwich.
have really nice bathrooms.
And
Like,
you didn't take me in. I feel like I've missed out.
Apparently,
sadness.
sorry.
I make a better margarita. Come hang out with us next time.
Yeah, the next time you're in the States, like Zach will make you a better margarita than Panchitos.
Secret ingredient: cocaine.
Wait,
That ain't no,
I thought that
ain't
was
no salt
cheese.
rim. That ain't no salt rim.
I thought that was. Oh my god, dude! I'm doing that tonight. You just gave me a fucking idea. I love you off the wagon. This is great.
Zach, you lying ass mofo, you said that was fucking cheese.
It was Colombian Parmesan.
Hey, mommy, this is fucking.
You're right.
how
I'm
we
surprised
call-
it's not a cheese drink. Where's the cheese drink at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised no one's made a cheese. I mean,
Wait.
like, I've definitely drank cheese though. So, I mean,
That makes two of us.
I've made a cheese drink. When you get to the end of the whiz can, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Ian, in your experience of the States, have you run into a cheese cocktail?
No. Thankfully not. By the sounds of it.
Oh, they put cheese wedges on Bloody
that
Mary
joy
at some
passed me
places.
by.
Oh, I have had. Yeah, I have had like a cube of cheese
On a Bloody
on a
Mary.
Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary.
I've never had that shit. That I have not had.
Or a blue cheese stuffed olive.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
I've had a blue cheese stuffed olive and a martini.
Yes.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like,
Oh god, it's so good in a martini.
Dirty martini with
And a
some
dirty martini with a
botanist.
blue-
but
Yes.
I've never
So I guess
had.
that's like a cheese drink.
Oh
wouldn't count-
shit!
I wouldn't count it.
Oh,
Wait, I
'Cause you're
guess
not-
do we?
Ian,
stumble
you're
upon a
right. We
cheese
do
drink?
have cheese drinks too. Oh shit!
Dude, what do you have?
Blue cheese
blue
Blue
olive.
cheese-
cheese
stuffed
olive
olive
martinis.
cheese.
Dude,
Jesus Christ.
really need to. There's certain things. Just stick with the bread with the grilled cheese
Let
on
me
top.
tell you,
I know. That's
vodka and blue
Come on,
cheese
fancy
taste
than that.
delicious.
and
Hmm?
gin.
Vodka and blue cheese taste delicious.
How do you feel about gin? Are you have gin or vodka? Martini?
Oh, I'm
So
more of a
I
vodka.
don't like gin,
I
but
don't either.
today I had the first gin drink that I've ever enjoyed.
What'd you have?
It was like some
was
sort
like
of
a-
elderberry spritz,
It's a
and it
spritzer.
was like a elderberry liqueur with gin and like elderberry
I think I had a little champagne.
Elderflower or elderberry?
Elderflower.
flower.
Elderflower,
Flower.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so Saint Germain.
Yeah.
It
Was
didn't
it Saint
say
Germain fizz?
it didn't say it was Saint Germain on the
So it
description.
was like knockoff Saint Germain then.
Right. Because anything
Because Saint Germain that's elderflower, right?
The
I'm not crazy.
elderflower
You're a
liqueur.
bartender.
Yes, that's the elderflower liqueur is Saint Germain.
You guys know your drinks, huh?
under. Well,
been in the service
we're both,
industry for
we're
too
both
long.
bartenders.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
but
you
it
gotta
was-
know
It
them.
was
She
yummy.
barely mentioned any ingredients. Right? That's that.
You're like elderberry.
Well, no, it's elderflower. But
I like
Got
you caught us.
you.
We're alcoholics. All right.
We got you, boo.
and recovering sex addicts.
So,
Speak for yourself.
I don't know if
Telling
you're
ya.
recovering. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you're kind
Relapse is part of recovery. Let's not hate. All right.
So now, Tanya, like, do you think that there's a reason why men don't watch female sports?
You know, I've been thinking about that, and I can't figure it out because men love sports, right?
Right.
And it was someone I heard the other night talking about how much he loved the particular sport and how
Let's
great.
say soccer.
Let's say soccer.
Because
and how
they're
great
killing it.
the women exceeded at it
Mhm.
way better than the male team, right?
Mhm.
How automatically the men lost interest in the whole conversation, right?
You said soccer. That's where I lost
It
interest.
might.
Well, I'm really gay. I'm not in a sport.
I'm not.
Here's the
in-
thing. If we're
I'm
talking,
not into soccer either. But
we're-
I find that the only time they paid attention to females playing sports was during the war, World War II, when they filled in for the male baseball players, because
That's
there's
what
the
no
country-
crying in baseball. Is that
Yeah,
where we're
that's
at?
one of my
country was
favorite
addicted
movies.
to
A League
baseball.
of Their Own. I love
Yeah.
that movie.
You know what's funny though? I
Well,
feel
it's
like
based on
baseball
reality.
is just
Did
such
you
a.
love the movie or did you love like Madonna like not being a fucking
Cunt?
shits?
I was a huge fan of Gina Davis. to be
Actually, I was
honest.
more
Okay.
into Gina
She
Davis.
wasn't my
Gina Davis
favorite
could get it
character.
right now.
Gina
Madonna.
Davis was my favorite
She
character.
was
All
just
right.
in the
What?
X.
She was the
her.
hero.
Can I intersect right now about Gina Davis?
Please, thank you.
I love Gina Davis,
Yes.
but Gina Davis in A Long Kiss Goodnight.
That was
Long Kiss Goodnight. Somebody help me here.
oh my god! Have you never seen this movie with her
You-
and Samuel
if you-
L. Jackson?
okay.
You would love this
25.
movie.
25.
Okay, so Gina Davis plays this spy,
Think
right?
about a female like 007.
Straight up female 007. But she's on a mission
Amnesia.
and gets shot in the head.
So Jason Bourne with a chick.
Right. But she wakes up and she's pregnant. Yes. And she doesn't have
That's
any
me
memory, any memory at all. Fast
She doesn't
forward,
know
and
she's a
she
spy.
doesn't know she's a spy.
Wait, I've
She's
seen
a
this, and it's R.
mommy.
Kelly's
And
kid,
she
right?
doesn't know she's a mother.
No, R.
no,
Kelly
no,
like
she knows
was
it.
14-year-old.
No, she knows that she's a mother.
Too soon. She was like, "Fuck you, Zach. Fuck you." God
That's
damn.
what happens when you bring Serbians on the show.
Right?
I'm half
Oh
Italian,
my
all right? At least get
God.
the fucking ethnicity.
Oh,
right.
Italian.
Little sausage, huh?
Same
fucking broccoli
shit.
wrap.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
So no, then fast forward 5 years later, like she's like being like a snow queen or something, like in a parade, and like somebody that she like took their eye out sees her, like, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get that bitch," and like, then they like try
So what
to get
happens
her.
with the kid?
You have to watch the movie. The kid ends
So,
up being Sam.
Where can I see
Think
this? Is it
about.
streaming
All right,
right now?
hold on.
Netflix.
Really?
Like, think about
Probably.
Taken,
Okay.
but Liam Neeson is
Gina
Gina
Davis.
Davis.
Gina Davis.
I have a
And then
really
she has like a really
particular
hot
set of
change
skills.
because Gina Davis in the middle of the movie goes from being a redhead kind of like soccer mom
Oh, so
Yeah.
Gina
to
Davis,
a short hair blonde
kick-ass motherfucker.
007.
007.
Yeah.
Like wet and wavy blonde,
Ooh.
short, sexy.
I'm about this.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
The
And then
Long
she's kicking
Kiss
ass. The
Goodnight.
Long Kiss Goodnight. If you guys
It's-
have never seen this movie
Yeah.
before, Samuel L. Jackson is in it, and it's like one of his like beginning like that's
Yeah.
like
Is
when
he
was
the baby daddy?
no.
No.
You don't want to give that away.
Yeah, don't spoil this because I need something to.
No, he's just he's like
I
her
mean, you
sidekick.
can jerk off to that if that's
That's what
your
I was gonna
thing
say.
is.
That's what I was gonna say.
You're
but,
definitely, especially
already thinking
and there's
about
a
later.
scene with Gina Davis.
I've already rubbed one
and
out while we're on
Samuel L.
air.
Jackson,
I mean, like-
where she's like kind of rubbing on his dick. There's a scene like that.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
but that's not how the baby came about.
Right.
Back to the original conversation though. The female sports thing.
See how
I
quick the interest.
Well, he's moving back.
No,
He's
I'm
moving
I'm
back.
moving back. I don't know what you're talking about. But
I'll give him that.
I
He's
do.
going back to topic.
I do. I do watch female sports. I'm a huge combat sports fan. I think
So, like,
females,
what are
MMA, kickboxing.
Okay.
You're looking at professional boxing. Professional
Okay.
boxing's a little bit
You like to
harder
see
for women
bitches beat
because
each other
it's
up.
just it's not as covered. No, I'm a martial artist at heart. I mean, like I was a boxer for 13 years. My uncle's a second-degree black belt in Seido karate. I grew up around it.
Okay.
I have a lot of cousins that are wrestlers.
My uncle started his own form of
Right, you're
Ron Van Cleef.
Yeah, Ron Van Cleef, who was
Yeah.
in the first UFC, right, or the second
He's the oldest person to ever
compete in UFC.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you understand. I mean, you look at the movement that Ronda Rousey caused. Granted, I think they put a lot of eggs in her basket, and also I think she was managed poorly.
More eggs than she owns.
And now she's in WWE, which she's
in
actually making a
WWE.
pretty cool career for herself there too.
Yeah.
I think that
I was gonna say I do like the WWE wrestlers.
Oh,
like the
I mean,
WWE
like
female
I'm a
wrestlers.
lifelong wrestling fan, and
Yeah.
you know that's some of the most athletic shit you can do.
I follow.
It's not real though, is it?
Well,
Well, it's
Wrestling's not real.
acrobatic.
no, but neither's
I guess.
Game of Thrones, and you watch that, you dumb fuck. All right, so
I technically don't. So yeah, but I get where you're coming from there.
I'm just saying, like it's definitely. I mean, you can't
It's
be
athletic.
you can't be a fat
super-
fuck and do
it's
it.
super
And if you
athletic.
are, like, I mean, like you could in the '90s, like you had Bam Bam Bigelow, like that's a fat fuck who was a wrestler.
but not
I
now.
feel like a lot of wrestlers today are fat though. Like when I go
Aren't
to the
they
pier
always
on a
fat?
Tuesday and they're like they always show wrestling on a Tuesday and I'm like
They're just
like-
not on steroids anymore. They've cleaned up a lot of the steroids.
I
shit going
feel
on.
like a lot of those chicks I look thinner than and they're like getting paid money to
Oh,
like
you
walk
mean the
around in
women?
like even the guys. The guy like honestly like most of those guys like you two look skinny next to. And I don't mean skinny in a muscular sense. I mean skinny like their stomach is like hiding their dick sense.
It's all the cheese.
It's all the cheese. Ian for the win.
Oh my god, Ian, that was great.
But
Nice callback,
yes,
sir.
that was good. Expertly played.
Mister, I'm not funny.
But yeah, going back to women's sports, I think it's just you're looking at sports that a lot of people don't really even follow men in anymore. I mean, baseball is still like a big sport, but like think about it. Who sits and watches 9 fucking innings?
I do.
Oh, that's retarded. I can't.
Well, I listen to it. Yeah.
Listening is one thing, but I'm saying like sitting in front of a TV. Like I only when I see baseball, I watch it live. Like that's it. I'm a live sports person. Like even hockey, I've gotten to the point where if I'm not live, I don't
wasn't-
even
I do like
watching.
live sports.
It's not so much a criticism as I was wondering why. Why? Because there are
Sexism.
certain men that
I think
do
it's-
like it.
I think there's
But is it because
I think
like
it's
the marketing
sexism.
is behind?
marketing 100%.
I think
not-
that like the men that watch sports tend to be the men that don't
That
want
want to watch other men?
And no, I think the men that watch sports are the men that don't play sports. And I think the idea of the men that don't
It's
play
their
sports
fantasy.
don't want to see women that they see as being more athletic and powerful than themselves.
So me and a friend were having a really interesting conversation about this, and we were saying like, you know, because of the soccer, / football, for those English listeners
Very
in the
new for
audience.
us.
Get that out of here. No, I'm kidding.
It's soccer, goddammit.
Yeah. Anyway, football. So the recent World Cup, we were saying that what's happening in England now is obviously there's lots of professional female teams. It's the last few years it's becoming more professional, and we were saying that definitely the clubs are hitting on the idea that to go and see the men's game costs a lot of money, and there's lots of there's lots of guys out there who and women as well who like football and want to take their daughters to a game, but the men's football game in England gets quite rowdy,
Sure.
in terms of it's not the most friendly audience. It's not like going to see the baseball in the USA. So it's not the most friendly audience, whereas the women's game is turning into something that's a bit more family orientated. So I think there's a bit of a change in England. And then we've just gone through
That's a good point, yeah.
the netball World
Maybe
Cup
it just
as well.
takes a few years.
What is
Oh yeah,
gain an
net,
audience.
we
Remember
were
what
watching
netball is?
netball. We were
Yeah,
watching
what is
that.
netball?
It's like it's like basketball, but you can't bounce the ball,
You can't dribble.
and
You can only throw it.
players are a bit more hardcore. a bit tougher.
So is it like rugby to football?
Pardon?
Is it like rugby to football? Is basketball to netball?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So netball was kind of like traditionally the game the girls would play at school, whilst the guys were, out in the field playing football.
Not field hockey.
So-
the other lacrosse.
No, but field hockey's like that here. Like that's like it's weird because
What's
like you
the
guys
one
have
where-
men that play field hockey. Well, I mean, there's men that play field hockey in America too. But I
What's
mean,
the
like
one where they have the net?
that's lacrosse.
Lacrosse.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
is lacrosse.
That's an
Yeah.
American sport though, specifically
There's
American.
Yeah.
There's no board as well in netball.
That was a
You know, like,
Native American sport to be
Really?
historically
back.
accurate.
You said there's no board in. Oh, so there's
Yeah,
no
what do
back.
they
There's
call
no
the
backboard.
bit on the back. You know when you kind of, you guys always miss the net, don't you? So you hit the board on the back.
Well,
and
we
then it
dunk
goes
a
low.
lot of the time too. That's
Yeah.
Ian
netball-
getting all this shade.
I know. Wait, that was real shady right there. I caught that.
All right.
Swish.
And I don't mean to cut everybody off, but we need to take a quick break before we go to the next section of our evening. Everyone, tell us what your social media is, what projects you're working on. I am going to start with you, Rodney.
I am gonna be hosting Fast Be Funny with Marissa Smith.
Wait, who farted?
no. He had a bubble in his belly. I think.
That was not.
Was that a bubble or a fart?
Anyway, so they
For real,
hosted-
for real. I
But,
heard some shit. Okay.
What happened
Okay. All
What
right.
happened was, I'm gonna be hosting Fast Me Funny with Marissa Smith August 23rd. Make sure you check that out. All my handles on my social are Rodney Daniels on everything: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Rodney Daniels.
Zach.
So I got August 29th is going to be the next show over at Zinc Bar, Refurbished. It's a 7 o'clock show on a Thursday. Make sure you come out and check that out. Other than that, I am on the road with Dan Lamort in September. It's going to be me, Dan Lamort, and good friend Michael Terry. We're going to be out in Pittsburgh having a good time. Good to get back to Pittsburgh. I love that fucking city. We're going to be at Club Cafe. It's Dan's new album. He's doing a tour for his new release. And then as far as my social media, you can find me at Zachy Peanuts, Zachy, Peanuts like the allergy, on Twitter and Instagram.
Tanya.
Okay. Well, I got some shows coming up this week, starting off with Caroline's. I'm going to be also joining Carol Montgomery and her show for women of a certain age, doing that in the middle of the week, and Greenwich Village Comedy Club. That's all coming up this week. And you can find me at my own website, TanyaLewisComedy.com, or on Facebook, Tanya Lewis. And I do Twitter maybe twice a month, but that's Sydney Cash Dollar, if you want to look me up there.
I guess the only social thing I do is I'm down the pub with my dad in probably next few weeks. So if anyone wants to come down and join, please do. And that's it.
Thank you, Ian.
Thank you, Ian.
I have I don't have a handle or a Twitter or anything.
We got to.
Well,
We like it. I mean, hey,
Yeah.
do your
I
thing.
like that you're off the grid.
I'll be
I love
off
that
the
you're
grid.
calling
Yeah,
in
right.
like from
Yeah.
a sock drawer in
in South London.
in South
like,
London. Do your
it's just
thing.
like,
Very neat sock
a
drawer.
very neat
Yeah.
sock drawer at that. Yes.
like a color coordinated.
Well, it's gonna be a color coordinated. Like I
sock
had a,
draw.
again,
Like,
a visual color coordinated socks.
we're
God,
feeling
was I
you,
meant to do
Ian.
it colour coordinated? I've done it in
Yeah.
size order.
Oh shit!
then- and
Wait,
then
some of
fabric.
your
Wait a
feet
minute,
are
you
different
got
than
different
others.
size socks.
Yeah, long socks, short socks, crew socks. Duh.
No
Exactly.
joke.
They're on my side.
They're all the
Oh.
size. Okay. Oh.
Did I just out gay Rodney?
Oh shit! Holla at
Damn.
Ian with his sock business. You can catch me on Twitter at Marissa Smith. Catch this show on Twitter at Big Talkin' Brew. I will be at the Portland, Maine Comedy Festival next week from the 9th through the 11th. What else is going on? Tomorrow I'm going to be at Auto Shrunken Head for Merriment and Mortification. And I will be at Greenwich Comedy Club on Sunday at 7:30. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And remember, you guys, Melania's harvest is as empty as her soul. We will be right back. Bye.